Okay, so welcome again to the third step, sizing the battery bank. So we have figured out daily energy consumption in the first step, 1280 watt hour. A solar panel size is one piece of 400 watts solar panel. Now we are to calculate the battery bank size. And there are formulas for this also. So to know the battery bank capacity, we'll say daily energy consumption times days of autonomy divided by the depth of discharge times the battery efficiency. Now to know the battery amp capacity, now the difference, battery amp and battery bank, two different things. I'll explain everything. The battery amp capacity is the battery bank capacity divided by the system voltage. Alright, so I'm sure you're wondering what are these and all the names and everything. So when I say battery bank, a battery, when I say bank is more like array for solar panel. For batteries, it's called banks. So if you have one or two batteries, it becomes a bank of batteries. So daily energy consumption, we already explained what this is from the first class. Days of autonomy is sometimes we factor in, okay, in cases where let's say if the panel charges today, like let's say if the battery charges today, how many days do we want our battery to run the initial load we had? So that means days the battery can run without any charging support. So that means my days of autonomy. Those days can run by itself. Now, the depth of discharge. The kind of batteries, there's a gel battery, there is wet cell or tubular batteries, and there is lithium battery. So each of these batteries have their different depths of discharges. So um, in this case, we want to go for lithium battery. A lithium battery has 80% depth of discharge. That means what it means is that it's advised not to discharge the battery beyond 80%. Next thing is the battery efficiency. Still, in this case, we're choosing lithium battery, and the efficiency of lithium battery is 95%. So it's 95% efficient. So we have already known this. Then for this battery amp capacity, batteries are rated in voltage and amps. So to know the battery amp, this is the formula. Now battery bank capacity divided by system voltage. System voltage is okay. There are guidelines to know what system voltage is. For example, for loads that are around 1200 watts, about 200 watts, like this is a guideline. So the system voltage here is 12 volts. Loads between 1200 watts to, let's say, 2500 watts, 24 volts. Then for loads above this, so 2500 watts and beyond, let's say till maybe 10,000 watts, we can say 48 volts. Now it keeps on going. There are batteries that comes in different sizes. There is 72 volts, there is 96 volts, and so on and so forth. But these voltages are not residential voltages, so we're only sticking with 12 volts, 24 volts, and 48 volts. So let's not worry about those ones. So this is the guideline that we are going to use to to determine our our load. In the first class, our total load in the first class was, we had one TV. Give me a minute. Okay, we had, our load was a TV at 110 watts plus ceiling fan at 80 watts plus lighting points at 15 watts times 2, 30 watts, and a decoder plus decoder 30 watts. So 110 plus 80 is 190. 190 plus 30 is 220. 220 plus 30 is 250. So 250 is our total load. Now 250 falls under 1200 watts. So by default, our system voltage in this case is 12 volts. I hope you understand that. All right, so let's let's derive our battery bank capacity. So B B C battery bank capacity is, our daily consumption is 1380 watt hour times, let's say we want the battery to 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 give us 48 hours, which is 2 days. So times 2 divided by depth of discharge. So I said for a lithium battery, depth of discharge of lithium battery is 80%, divided by 80% times 95%. So this is 1380 times 2 is 2760 divided by 0.8 and also divided by 0.95. Okay, 0.8 times 0.95. So we have our battery bank capacity to be 3631.579 watts hour. So I think if we approach, if we let's call this, or okay, or let's just leave that. Let's leave that there. Now to know our battery amp capacity is battery bank capacity divided by system voltage. So we have 3631.58 divided by 12. Remember, we have already chosen our voltage, divided by 12. So we have 302.63 amp hour. So so now I told you our batteries are rated in voltage and amps. So therefore, our battery capacity is 12 volts Let's round this up. 12 volt 300 amps. I hope this was very easy to understand. Battery bank capacity is daily consumption times use of autonomy divided by depth of discharge times battery efficiency. Now battery bank capacity is the battery bank capacity divided by percent voltage. And I've explained all of this, what they mean, and I also explained the guidelines, how we get a 10 voltage in this case. How we got 12 volt and how we got all of this. So this is our battery capacity at the end of the day, 12 volt, 300 amps. So you can also turn this into a bank because we are saying this is one piece of 12 volt 300 amps. So we can break this down the same way we try to break down the panels into arrays, but I think we should do that in depth. When we go in depth, we can see how to break this down, you know, and connect them in series and parallel connections. But this is basically what we need for this class.